Hey guys, Key Money.
SENSEI'S Chan, what's up?
And today we're going to be discussing a couple topics. You might cry a little bit, you might laugh a little bit, you might learn something a little bit. So today we're going to talk about the influence of your parents and how growing up in separated households influenced you at the time and how it influenced you now in your present day. So present and past and being influenced by having a separated household or a separated parent not there to raise you.
And how it affects you in your life or shapes you.
So we're gonna let Alexander go in and talk about his stuff a little bit. Y'all be nice in the comments. Be very nice.
Yes, please don't judge me. I could say, well, I grew up at first in a two-parent household.
Okay.
And then, like, my parents, you know, they separated. You know, the normal father, mother having the fights and stuff.
Yeah.
They separated, and I'm not gonna get too deep into that because I know I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure my dad will be watching this, or my mom. But they separated, and they was fighting over legal custody for us. But my mother was kind of involved, like, in the lifestyle, involved with the streets.
Mm-hmm.
My father as well. I didn't really know too much of what he was doing, but I know my mother was a dancer.
Okay.
We're gonna, you know, YouTube purposes, we're gonna say dancer. And we separated, so we ended up in a foster home.
Okay.
And I ended up staying like with Jamaicans who took care of me and my siblings. Like my brothers, we were split up, but we were split up from my sisters, so they kept my brothers.
So how many of y'all is it?
All right, it was 3 of my brothers, all of us together, and 2 of my sisters. I have an older brother, but we got different moms.
Okay.
And I got 2 younger brothers, but they weren't born yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they got 2 different dads. That's on the Spanish side of my family. But my brothers who came with me, it was just 3 of us.
Mm-hmm. And foster?
Yes, foster care. And my sisters, they split up going to my aunt. So they went to my aunt, and me and my brothers, we ended up going into a home with a Jamaican woman, and she took care of us.
What's the experience?
It was very traumatic. I remember some nights she would like just try to starve us because we didn't like the food she was making, or I'll say like mental, it was mental abuse because, like, for instance, she used to like verbally tell us things like saying that I was the devil and that I wasn't gonna be nothing and all this stuff. And
Okay, but look at you now.
right, you know what I'm saying?
So was this back home in Florida?
Yeah, this was in Florida. This was in South Florida. And I'm trying to see, we was in Broward or Miami. I think we was in Broward for sure. But my sisters ended up staying with my aunt. And she was taking care of them already.
So y'all just split off, basically.
Yeah, like we can still see them. Like, for instance, you know how they'll let your mother come still see you, but she only can see us on weekends. But my dad, I just remember him like kind of really being out the picture. I don't know if he was getting his life together, but I heard a lot of stories when I was younger. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. Of why I wasn't really seeing him all the time, but yeah, it was horrible. She used to lock me in the garage and everything.
Why you gonna say the police?
I mean, I tried telling my mom, and she did what she had to do, but she can only do but so much. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, very traumatic.
So how do you feel like that has grounded you into the person that you're going to be in the future and the person that you are today?
I definitely can say it made me like.
I feel like you're very humble and quiet.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like you're quiet. You're a school teacher. Yeah, he's a school teacher too. He loves crazy kids.
Kids, all kids. You know, I accept them all.
Yes.
It definitely shaped me to who I am because it made me not want to be who they thought I was. So I like proving people wrong and how they say, like, beating statistics and all that stuff. Like, you know how they be like, man won't make it to 25, 30, all that. Beating them statistics.
So I know, kind of like in my situation, I have 2 other siblings, 2 older brothers. We're like 6, 7 years apart. One's 6 years apart, I think the other one's 7. The math is somewhere around there. I ain't good at math.
Right.
Okay, so, how did you balance not being able to see them? Because I know I used to be able to see my youngest brother, but my oldest brother, I didn't see him for years. So it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of hurt me. It kind of hurted me because it's like I wanted to grow up with my siblings, but we all grew up in different households because of the person who put us out. So.
Okay, well, I definitely want to get into that right there. But the balance of seeing them, honestly, I don't remember seeing my sisters for a while. Like it was years since I seen them. But only time I can recall seeing them is when my mother probably picked us up and we was with her for the weekend. Yes. But yeah, what about your story? I want to get more into that.
Oh, shy. So let's talk about it. I have a very strict mom. Very, very strict. She's a single mom, right? So me and my brothers, we all have different dads. But my dad raised us like, you know, he was all of our dads. My oldest brother dad, don't know him, never seen him in my life. He's a deadbeat, probably somewhere in jail. My middle brother's dad, he's always been cool. Like, he always treated us with respect. We come around, but he was in and out of prison. So that was the problem. Once I got older, when I was younger, I'm gonna put my oldest brother out. I think my second brother, he was probably like 8, 9 when he got put out.
So y'all already was split?
Yeah, we
Okay.
split up.
Yeah,
And then once I got older, I was like 12. It was just me in the house by myself. So, you know, people had their emotional issues and they take it out on the child because I'm the only one that's there. And I feel like I reminded her so much of my dad because at that point my dad was in prison. So when she used to get mad, she was like, well, tell him what your dad did and tell him what he did. But that has nothing to do with me. That don't shape the person that I am. Just because that's
did
my
the same
dad.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a generational thing.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's a curse.
So,
you gotta break curses.
me and my brothers, we didn't grow up together. For that certain little period, probably 6, 7, we grew up together. But once I got older, we didn't grow up. We was not around. My oldest brother, I hadn't seen him probably like 5, 6 years. I thought he was dead, if I'm being 100% with you. I thought he was dead. My middle brother, we would talk and we would see each other. Like if I go to my aunt's house, a family reunion and stuff like that, I'd see him. But it never was like that. So once I got older, I got pregnant, and that's when everybody wanted to come around. So that's when my big brother started coming around, and my youngest brother, whatever. But I don't know. I feel
Was it
like
support when they came around, or was it like?
that was there, but it wasn't there. It was like I'm gonna tell you what you need to do.
Oh yeah.
Type of situation, but it wasn't like a this is what I'm gonna help you with. It was like you need to have an abortion, and you need to do this, and me and my brother had got to a whole fight because I would have an abortion. But I mean, it was out of love.
Now, I don't know if you want to, because I remember what you told me off camera, but do you want to get into the age of, or
They
you
know.
don't?
I did the same thing. They know.
Well, y'all know what age she was,
Yeah.
but
So I understood where it was coming
y'all
from
should
because
take
it was
some lessons because she's successful right now.
it was my oldest brother. He had jacked me up. It was hanging me over the balcony. He was mad because it's like I'm your little sister. I'm your youngest sister from my mama. So he was mad. And then the situation that I was in with my baby daddy, they understood the situation. They knew what I was going through, so they didn't want me to have that baby. Which when I look at it now, I'm like, I love my daughter, but I understood where they was coming from. They was only trying to protect me.
That should.
So they were only trying to protect me. But I absolutely wish I would have grown up with all of my siblings because it was some shit I had to just go through my mama. Because me and her didn't see eye to eye. And eventually I ended up getting kicked out and in DeKalb County. That's why I don't like DeKalb County. That's why I hate that we're here. DeKalb County got involved and I was finna go to jail, y'all. I was getting reported as a runaway and didn't even run away. I got put out. But yeah, it got to a point where the school knew, my friends knew, my dad's coach knew. So yeah, I feel like if I would have had my brothers in the household with me, things would have went differently. They would have been able to protect me, and we would have been able to have that brother-sisterly bond. I mean, now that we older, we have it.
Yeah,
and we try to
vital.
protect each other. And I have 2 kids, so they love my kids. Like they're the best uncles ever. They love my kids. So
it's imperative to maintain that healthy relationship within the family. And always use your sources when people are trying to help you, like DeKalb County. You have to use your sources.
But they was gonna take me to jail. That man called my phone. He had my picture around the precinct, and his son went to my school, so that's how I knew. And he called my phone and he told me if I don't go home, he was gonna come up to my school and arrest me.
Lord, wow.
So yeah, Resources. You said resources. I don't really too much know about that because I used to shut down on everybody. Like I used to shut down. I was angry. I was upset. And you have people that be like, okay, if you ever need something, reach out. They don't really mean it. Some of them don't really mean it. They act like they're resourceful, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's
It
like,
depends on who the individual itself.
Yeah.
But there are, we're going to shed some light on the people who are. Because, not because you, but back to my story. When I was involved in the system as a youth, my resources, as far as the people that were helping me, like shout out to my caseworker. I don't remember her name, but she definitely
my caseworker
shaped my
was
life.
crazy.
You thought you were crazy?
I gotta tell you what happened. It's probably the first time they're gonna ever hear this story.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was in the wrong. I went staying with my friend in Mechanicsville. I would go to my mama's house sometimes. Just when I got put out in, I went to Mechanicsville to stay with my friend. A good friend, her name was Deja. So I had my boyfriend was my baby daddy at the time. And I went and snuck to his house. So my mama called Deja. Mama wanted to see where I was at, just to check up on me because I wasn't answering the phone for her. Because when she called me, I was at the train station. I was at Oakland City. I was scared because I was like, she gonna hear the train in the background. So she called Deja mama, and Deja mama was like, she ain't really here. So I hit the Deja mama house. My mama there, she in the car, whatever. She showed me this on one precinct, that's Bankhead.
Yeah.
So she argued with me. I'm on the phone with my god sister and Deja. I get out of the car because I'm like, I'm not finna argue with you. She pulled up to the precinct and she was like, you finna go to jail, like da. She went in there, they said they couldn't take me to Monday. Mind you, I don't know why they was taking me anyway because I didn't do shit. But anywho, I get out the car. I feel the biggest fucking slap in my life. She slapped the shit out of me. Turned around, I beat her ass against the paddy wagon. It was so, luckily, it was a police officer outside in his patrol car. So when the other police officers ran outside, they seen us fighting. She tried to, oh my arm, get her.
Done.
So the police officer got out. He was like, ma'am, you hit her. So we both got locked up. So because of that situation, defects got involved. So they sent the caseworker out and they sent the therapist out. And I wasn't open talking to my therapist because like at that point I was already too broken. I didn't want to talk. Because I felt like y'all on her side, regardless. And it wasn't just my mama's situation. Yeah, it wasn't just my mama. It was a mixture of things that I was going through. Because at that time I was going through domestic violence and I was like 13. And nobody knew because I didn't tell nobody because I didn't know who I could trust.
Wow.
And who I could talk to.
Trust accountability. Yeah, that was young.
Yeah, the therapist used to be looking at me and I used to be looking at her and I wouldn't say nothing. Like we go to Starbucks, I would sit right there and not say nothing the whole time. I'd be just so quiet.
I remember you talking about
that. So eventually she just quit on me. Like she stopped coming. And at that point, that's when I needed her. But she just stopped coming.
She wasn't really trying to help you. That's why you felt like,
I felt like
you know, you can't really trust nobody. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, make sure y'all tell us what y'all think, and please share y'all stories. Everyone has a story. As you can see, you're only getting like 2% of our lives. Maybe not even.
I say not even.
Yeah, like not even, because it really gets deep. Like, yeah. But yeah, make sure you are mindful. You love yourself first before you try to love anybody. You take care of yourself because health is wealth.
Agree. You gotta worry about yourself first. And don't be judgmental.
Yeah.
So
please.
we'll be back tomorrow with something else to talk about.
I'm not.